It was the day that would change everyone's life, a day in May, seemingly ordinary, in the quiet streets of Freire residential in Goiás. But why? What had happened on that day that shook the serenity of that community? On the bright 8th day of May in 2021, a shocking scene disrupted the routine. A resident looking out of the window witnessed an event that no one will ever forget. A dog in its mischief was dragging something mysterious down the street, and desperate screams echoed through the neighborhood, echoing a sinister truth. What that woman found on that sunny day would change everything. A charred body, lifeless baby, in the hands of cruelty. Welcome to the Criminal Chronicles channel. If you're fascinated by inexplicable mysteries and intriguing challenges, this is the right place for you. Welcome to another video full of sinister enigmas and stories that will captivate you from start to finish. If you love unraveling intriguing cases and diving into mysterious narratives, don't waste any time and join us right now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any details of the mysteries we'll explore together from now on. And of course, if you can give that like early in the video, know that it makes all the difference so I can continue bringing engaging content to you. Let's dive headfirst into another intriguing journey. Here we go. On the bright 8th day of May in 2021, a shocking scene broke the usual tranquility of the Freire residential neighborhood, located 55 kilometers away from the bustling Goiânia in the state of Goiás. In the early morning hours, a resident living in front of an empty lot witnessed an event that disturbed her serenity. A dog, in its mischief, was dragging a mysterious object down the street. Alarmed cries filled the air, as if trying to convince the curious animal to release its macabre burden. As she approached, the sinister truth was revealed. The lifeless, charred body of a baby. The woman, immediately stunned, called the military police. When the police arrived at the scene, the gruesomeness of the situation became undeniable. It was indeed the lifeless body of a newborn, tragically consumed by fire. However, a singular detail emerged from the tragedy. The baby's right leg remained miraculously unharmed, bearing a hospital identification bracelet that contained parts of the mother's name. This crucial discovery would provide the basis for the investigations that would follow. The bracelet, along with the truncated name of the mother, included the name of the hospital and the baby's date of birth. The skilled forensic experts fearlessly delved into the task of identifying the victim and the perpetrator of the crime. Tracing the address associated with the hospital record, the police arrived at a vehicle whose appearance matched the descriptions from the region's surveillance cameras. And next to the vehicle, they found a deeply distraught woman, wearing clothing eerily similar to what was visible in the images from that fateful morning. As she got into the police car, she was visibly in shock, her eyes overflowing with tears. This young woman, later identified as Isabella Freire, a 24-year-old, initially kept her identity concealed. However, during the interrogation, the painful truth came to light. She confessed to setting her own child on fire. In the interrogation room, Isabella revealed that neither her family nor the baby's father were aware of the pregnancy that haunted her. Raised in a devoutly religious family and being a university student, she was terrified of her parents' reaction to her condition. She made multiple attempts at abortion, all of them unsuccessful, which led her to carry the pregnancy to term. Using belts to compress her belly and claiming weight gain to her closest relatives, she managed to keep the secret safe. The baby's father lived abroad, and her mother was bedridden, making the news of the pregnancy an unbearable burden. Isabella believed that this revelation would lead to her mother's death, and the young woman thought that lying was her only option. With an overwhelming combination of shame and fear, Isabella felt that she needed to dispose of the baby at any cost. At the time of this narrative, we still do not have information about the mother's health or the details of her health condition. However, investigations revealed that upon discovering the pregnancy as a result of a relationship with her boyfriend, whose identity remained protected, Isabella chose to keep her family in the dark. However, she confided in her boyfriend about the pregnancy, and together they agreed to try to terminate it, including resorting to drugs that are prohibited in Brazil. For inexplicable reasons, the medications didn't achieve their intended purpose, but Isabella informed her partner that her attempts to terminate the pregnancy had been successful. Throughout the gestational period, Isabella continued to wear the same clothes, as she had gained very little weight. Before giving birth, she informed her mother that she would need to be absent due to previously scheduled commitments, while to her boyfriend, she claimed to require medical treatment due to health complications resulting from the abortion. On a fateful May 3, 2021, a healthy baby boy came into the world, weighing approximately 2 kilograms and 800 grams. Isabella remained in the hospital until the 8th day of the same month, when she was discharged and returned home with her newborn. According to her own account, she attempted to breastfeed the baby only on the first day of his life, giving up shortly after and placing him in a cardboard box, lined with a blanket to provide some comfort. The baby was left in a room at the back of the house, abandoned and neglected, without care or nourishment. Remarkably, Isabella didn't even remove the identification bracelet that was on the baby's wrist when she took him from the hospital. 4 long days passed, and on the morning of May 12th, desperate with the presence of the baby in the back room, Isabella confessed to the police that she took the box and placed it in her car as she drove around the city, desperately seeking a solution. At approximately 8:59 a.m., Isabella made the terrible decision to conceal and dispose of the baby's body. She took the cardboard box with the baby to an empty lot in the Cerejeiras residential neighborhood. Security cameras captured this dark moment as Isabella exited her white Ford EcoSport, carrying the cardboard box containing the baby. She entered the empty lot, returning to the car shortly after. According to authorities, she retrieved a bottle of alcohol to set fire to the newborn's body. Surprisingly, during this time, some cars passed by, but no one stopped to investigate. The woman seemed devoid of concerns as she committed this horrific act. In her statement, Isabella claimed she didn't have the courage to open the box to confirm whether the baby was alive or dead before setting it on fire. After the confession, Isabella remained detained at the temporary detention center in Aparecida de Goiânia. On the morning of May 14th, the father of the child, a 23-year-old young man, gave his statement and stated that, on the previous Saturday, Isabella had sent him a message requesting his presence. The young man went to his girlfriend's house over the weekend leading up to the crime, but did not hear any baby crying. He also reported that on Sunday the 9th, he went for a Mother's Day lunch in Goiânia with Isabella and her mother, without noticing any unusual behavior in his girlfriend. Isabella's boyfriend shared that when they learned about the pregnancy, they both agreed to terminate it, and Isabella claimed the abortion had been successful in the 6th month of pregnancy. He felt deceived, as Isabella did not allow him to accompany her to medical appointments. At one point, he inquired about her belly, but she always made up excuses, claiming she was suffering from an infection that would take a month to fully resolve, resulting in abdominal swelling. The boyfriend also revealed that the land where the baby was abandoned belonged to one of Isabella's brothers living abroad. This account dismantled Isabella's version that she was looking for a suitable location, suggesting that she had already planned to conceal the newborn's body in that place. The boyfriend was not arrested, as investigations and Isabella's statement ruled out his involvement in the crime. This morning, the Annapolis Homicide Investigation Group arrested Isabella, a 24-year-old woman, the mother of the child whose partially charred body was discovered on that fateful morning. Allegations indicate that, overwhelmed by despair, she attempted unsuccessfully to terminate the pregnancy and, in a tragic act, took the life of the newborn. According to the meticulously recorded images from security cameras, Isabella Freire emerges as the protagonist of a horrifying scenario. She leaves her residence carrying the child wrapped in a bucket, meticulously placed in an alabaster cardboard box. Upon returning to her vehicle, her trembling hand reaches for a lighter and a match. In the young woman's quivering hands, the fire comes to life and consumes the newborn's body. During the interrogation, Isabella admitted to a distressing level of uncertainty, unable to confirm whether the child was still alive when the fire was ignited. The public prosecutor's office of Goiás took a decisive action on June 1, 2021, presenting a formal indictment against Isabella Freire, now 24 years old, for the heinous acts she committed. The accusation includes charges of murder, with aggravating factors such as base motives, use of asphyxiation, and employment of methods that prevented the defense of the defenseless victim, as well as accusing her of concealing a corpse. The prosecutor contends that Isabella acted with a base motive, as she killed her own child to preserve her personal plans and not disappoint her family. The use of cruel methods is also emphasized, since the child was cruelly left in a room inside a cardboard box, wrapped in a blanket that, according to the Forensic Medical Institute's report, likely caused the victim's suffocation. Even without the presence of the blanket, the prosecution argues that the child would have perished from starvation after 4 days without receiving any care. Furthermore, the prosecutors have requested a new investigation into Isabella's boyfriend, suspecting his involvement in the crime of attempted abortion or abortion induced by third parties, as he had previously admitted during the interrogation that he and Isabella had decided together to terminate the pregnancy. Detective Ulysses Valentim, who conducted the investigations, expressed the possibility that the boyfriend may have some responsibility in the case. Although he was in Bahia when Isabella made the decision to abort, he agreed to the choice, although he took no effective action to carry it out. On May 26th, Annalisa underwent a DNA test at the Forensic Medical Institute to resolve bureaucratic issues related to the baby's burial documentation. The result of this test, which normally takes 30 days to complete, remains unclear. Isabella, despite the serious accusations and horrendous acts she committed, had the opportunity to spend Christmas 2021 in her residence, thanks to a judicial decision granting her house arrest without hearing the public prosecutor's office. This decision was issued by Judge Itane on December 17th, granting her this form of freedom. Additionally, Isabella and her boyfriend were acquitted of the charges of attempted abortion. In a surprising turn of events, the judge responsible for the verdict argued that the lack of substantial evidence did not justify opening a criminal trial. The only incriminating element was Isabella's own testimony. There is no public information indicating whether Isabella remained under house arrest or if the decision was reversed. On September 25, 2021, the court decided to send Isabella Freire to a trial by jury, keeping her detained at the temporary detention center of Aparecida de Goiânia. On November 10, 2022, the defense's appeal to avoid a trial by jury was denied by the Court of Justice. And so we conclude another fascinating dive into the shadows of the world of crimes and mysteries. If you were intrigued by the twists, puzzles, and captivating narratives we explored here on the Criminal Chronicles channel, don't miss the opportunity to join us on this ongoing journey. Subscribe to the channel now so you don't miss any electrifying episodes that are coming your way. Each case, each meticulously investigated detail, relies on your support to continue happening. Leave your like, because that's what motivates us to keep bringing you quality content and thorough investigations. Comments are also essential. Share your theories, opinions, and ideas. Your participation makes this community even richer and full of energy to unravel the greatest criminal mysteries. Remember, producing videos as engaging as this is a challenge, but with your support, we can continue to explore stories that stir our investigative instincts, so don't waste any time. If you're not already part of this passionate community of mystery and crime enthusiasts, click the subscribe button, activate notifications, and leave your mark in the comments and likes. Together, we'll uncover the most complex secrets of the criminal underworld. Until the next video, detectives,